What you got, big guy?
Well, because we're not a sports podcast, and I didn't want to exclude Dave from the conversation. But this is realistically about the Masters for me.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of different sporting events of professional caliber. NCAA championship, Super Bowl, World Series, all that kind of stuff. But I think as a regular spectator, and not necessarily like, I'm not like a golf like diehard, like I'm all Rory or I'm all Bryson or I was all Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just enjoy watching good golf. I'm on the record saying that. But I think if I could go to one sporting event and have the ultimate experience, it is the Masters, and then it is probably the Open, which is, it used to be the British Open, but to see some of those old courses they play on over there across the pond. But I love everything about the Masters. I watch the par 3 competition when they're out there with their families. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
It is neat.
I like the ceremonial first tee with those guys that, Gary Player, Tom Watson, Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus, yeah.
At like 90. I don't think he's 90, but,
very
to be
old.
that old and those guys go out there and swing it. And then just love the tradition of it. So that was my thought, or that's what I was wondering about. If there's any ultimate event that you would really, really want to go to, that, the bad thing about the Masters is they do a ticket lottery, or you got to be high up on some chain where somebody's comping you to get in, and I'm not there, probably never be.
No.
But that's it for me. Like, that would be amazing to be able to just walk the course, see it, live it, experience it, pay $2 for a Coke and a glass bottle and have a pimento cheese sandwich.
No shit. Did you see that?
Yeah, they've kept those prices.
It said the only thing that hasn't been affected by inflation was the Masters, and it was like a pimento cheese sandwich is $3.
Yeah,
hot dog was $1.50 or something.
I think in licensing and advertising stuff, I saw this stat. Don't know if it's 100% accurate, but it was like the Masters turns away almost $250 million. I think it was $270 million of potential ad revenue.
Oh,
for
sure.
Not like doing it.
Just putting all that bullshit out there. Yeah.
So like, which would be hard in
which is awesome.
This day and age to say, we don't want that $270 million.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want it, I'll take it. Whoever's willing to pay.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I was just wondering about. And then like another event in general, like I think it would be cool to see like a presidential inauguration, like when they're swearing in, not to get political, but it's a monumental occasion in history. There's only been 47 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't happen all the time. So I don't know. That's what I was just wondering about. If you guys had any like bucket list event where, you could do it, but
I think for me, like especially seeing all the boats and shit this weekend down there, guys bass fishing and stuff, I think it would be really cool to go to obviously not a river system I want to go to the Bassmaster Classic, but I want to be on a boat and be like a spectator boat and be able to run and watch the different, watch them fish for a while. You know what I mean? Like on a spectator boat where you could everybody's like Bassmaster.com runs Bass Track Live now, where it's, up to date, on the minute live coverage of the tournament where you could find out who is where and stuff, and just kind of run to that area of the lake and watch them fish for a little while and pick up and go to another one or whatever, and then go back to the marina or wherever and then watch the weigh-ins and stuff. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be neat for me, but I'd probably have to do it by myself because there's no way my wife will ever go back to another Bassmasters Classic because she did not have very much fun when we went.
No. You guys on a boat though?
No, we just went to
see if you were just on a pontoon.
We went to the expo and did the whole off
party bar
off the wall. Yeah,
hey asshole, I'm trying to fish. We know you're doing great, man.
But yeah, they deal with that, especially when they, on Championship Sunday, when you get like the top 3 or top 4 boats, and it's in a, if they're fishing in a spot where it's conducive to spectator boats, I mean, they
can't stop you.
Sometimes, no, hell no, they don't. You don't own the water. They don't own the water.
You got fish right.
It's just boat activity, boating etiquette or fishing etiquette. You know what I mean? But there's been times where you've seen the anglers actually tell them like, hey, can you you're kind of pushing up on that spot, like where there's a, they don't know what's under the water, but if there's a bunch of bass spinning on a big rock pile or something that they don't know, and these guys are just kind of watching them from the side, and they're like, "Hey, can you back off a little bit?"
Do they do it politely?
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, depending on where the angler is. Sometimes they'll be dicks, and stuff like that, and there'll be altercations.
I would around the water and just ruin his
Could you
day.
imagine some guy? It's in a spectator boat, but he brought a rod and reel. He's sitting there fishing.
right now.
They fish.
Rips a big one. Like, oh my god!
They fish around locals all the time. They show them on TV because, like you said, like Dave said, they don't shut the lake down just because there's a tournament going. But yeah, there's mom and pop on a little John boat sitting on buckets out there bluegill fishing, and they, "Hey, you mind if I come around you?" "Yeah, come on through. Catching anything? Yeah, I got 5 in a live well right now for 30 pounds, and I'm hoping to win about 500 grand here in a little bit."
That's wild.
It is.
I
think it would be neat for me to check that out. I think.
Yeah, I don't watch fishing that much on TV, but if you had more of those like behind the scene moments that made it to it, that would be pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Dave?
I don't know if I've got an event. And first time I haven't thought about it long, I guess, but I can't think of any event I want to go to. But there's venues I'd like, and like Jenna's now got a bucket list thing, and she wants to go see a game at every major league stadium in the country, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got like a route mapped out, starting in Southern California, and then moving up because you can catch 5 or 7.
San Diego, 2 in Los Angeles. Well, Oakland's now in Sacramento, but maybe moving to Vegas. And then you go up to Seattle, and then you can swing back. You could go to Arizona too.
Yeah.
Texas has got 3.
Then so it actually worked out this year, but it doesn't
Texas
with
got 2
football camp.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been wanting to go to St. Louis and then take a train to Chicago. And the schedule worked out for 3 days in a row. We could watch the Cardinals, and then I think the Cubs played the Cardinals, and then somebody was playing the White Sox. So we're going to try to do a train trip around there.
We were talking about that when we were going to pick up that boat in Paducah yesterday. There was a guy that I worked with that rode the train from Chicago to Denver.
Yeah.
Hated it. Said it was terrible.
Really?
Not good. Said like your sleeping quarters on the top bunk, there's like a harness you got to strap in before you go to bed. So it doesn't shuck you out on the floor. Yeah, he said it was eating Dramamine like Skittles, hot, stuffy in them train cars.
I'd like to go to Lambeau too. I think that'd be a cool place to watch a ball game. Never been to
if you're a douchebag.
I guess I've been to like some, what do you call it? Is it preseason games?
Yeah, exhibition or preseason, yeah.
Been to one of those and watched the Colts play when the RCA Dome was still there. So it was out.
So Shirley and some of his buddies, they did that with NFL stadiums. They would pick one every year, something different, and fly and go wherever. But then there's a gal from town here in Holland where her and her son are huge baseball fans, and they're kind of doing similar thing where they're knocking off stadiums, catching baseball games at different stadiums and stuff like that. I figured you say like Red Rocks or.
Well, that was the one I was getting ready to get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd like to check out something out there. I don't even really care who it is necessarily.
I've been out there. The day we were out there, ABBA was playing.
Really?
But the guy, we went as far as we could go before they would like charge you to get in, and I think you could see. Like, it's really like just a simple walking path up to it, and then it's down in the bowl a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's out there just west of Denver, just a smidge there. But, Red Rocks would be one of those, especially if you had like an iconic performance out there.
Like, I'd love to see Blues Traveler. Anywhere, but I'd love to see him out there. That'd be cool.
That video of Zach Bryan,
and
when it's snowing, that was probably one of the coolest things I've seen. From Red Rock wise, that was really neat.
Yeah, but then like those guys, basically you could travel the Dave Matthews train.
Oh God!
You could do the gorge out in I think that's Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
What is it in Wisconsin? Apple Valley or something like that.
I don't know.
That Alpine Valley. I don't know. He goes to that a lot. But yeah, when you think of venues like that, that's pretty cool because there are some iconic still left.
What's the one in New York City? The
Radio City Hall.
City Hall. That one would be neat.
Yeah, that would be a good one too.
Be a bunch of stuff in New York, but I just don't know if I'd enjoy it.
Yeah,
not a chance.
Like I'm afraid
pizza and pastrami.
Yeah,
I just don't know if I could gives me anxiety thinking about trying to enjoy myself like in New York City.
Yeah, catch you
New York City.
catch you a day game for the Yankees, drive out of town. Catch you a day game for the Mets, drive out of town. Fenway's not in a real nice area in Boston. Catch you a day game there, get out of
I
town.
think we're gonna go see the Braves play like June 20. I want to say June 27th.
Down in Hotlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the traffic will make your anxiety great.
Yikes. Atlanta.
Yeah, we Jenna's got a cousin
Yeah,
out
you guys-
there.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go out there, stay with a cousin. We'll do some boating one day, and then catch a game one day. And
I don't know. I'm going to a wedding in May in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, you're dumb for that one too. Some of this too, like Wrigley Field. I've been to Wrigley.
Me too.
I haven't been to Fenway Park. Old Yankee Stadium would have been neat to see.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like the Hall of Fames. Like I'd love to go to Cooperstown and see, because I love baseball. Iconic college football stadiums.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Big House.
Michigan Stadium is freaking unbelievable.
The Big
that they
House.
can fit that many people in there.
Notre Dame with touchdown Jesus.
Yeah, that would be on that list. There's a lot of golf courses that would be neat to
I'd
see.
love to do St. Andrews
Yeah.
over there.
Well, that's part of the
Yeah.
British Open experience because
Yeah.
that would be their weather's so unpredictable.
Right.
I've got to put more time on the golf course this year. I say this every year, and I only go 2 or 3 times. I'm ready. Hold on.
Bless you.
Oh, sorry about that. I think
I hit the ball decent a couple times, but then I'm just still I'm not a big 18-hole golf guy.
Well, I mean, some of that is
Not playing
yeah,
a lot and getting conditioned to that,
yeah.
your swing and your muscles. And,
Because when you play a 18-hole scramble, like it's not like actually playing golf.
No.
But we had that golf weekend. There's a golf weekend that we've done at the resort with the Matt Hughes, Nycoms, and Mattingly's, and I think I played 18 back to back, and that the body started to like respond a little bit, pretty sore.
trip my dad goes on, hell, they play what's 18 times 7. That amount of golf.
I mean, that's Rain Man over there.
Yeah.
126.
Yeah, they play that much, and they play a week's worth of golf where they're going to, and they play different courses, and they go every day, so.
Some of that is you swing the golf club a lot different than what your dad does.
100%.
These guys ain't getting a bunch of turn,
No.
a lot of arms.
No.
But yeah, it's Dave. The only way to get out there is to make it a priority.
Got to go.
Just
Went to this.
be like the rest of us. Baseball gets over in June, start playing.
Thought about going to the neighborhood place down there, maybe just getting one of those. I mean, I'm going to call it a summer pass. That's not what they call it.
A social membership. With with
But
the
you can
round card.
prepay basically. You get X amount of games.
the round cards.
Oh
And,
yeah.
still won't let me play league or anything, but
No.
like to go out there and just.
League starts May 21st, I think.
Sounds about right.
I think that's when they said that. So it'd be good.